An important new development in Henry County State Court has taken place in the last couple of weeks. The Board of Commissioners, September the 1st, approved a resolution to accept a $79,000 grant, which would create a DUI court within the state court. We talked to State Court Judge Ernest Blunt, and he gave us a little bit of background about what the DUI court would consist of, and here's what he had to say.
This court is set up to handle repeat offenders. Recidivism is a big issue, not only with DUIs but also with felonies and other crimes that are committed by people who use and abuse alcohol. So this court is set up to be a very intensive, comprehensive program to address those issues and to have some behavior modifications. The defendants will report to the court, at least initially in the program, once a week. Their providers, all their mental health providers and service providers will be there, and we'll have a staffing. We'll know what's going on. They'll have to report to the probation officer weekly as well. The Sheriff's Department has given us 2 deputies that will go out and conduct night checks. These people will be drug tested regularly, tested for alcohol regularly. It's just a very intensive program. The solicitor's office is involved in it as well here, Chuck Spahas, and the court system is giving me a lot of support. And the difference in that in this new court and the previous sentences, on a second, this court will apply mostly to a second in life, or second in 2 years, or second in 5 years rather, and third in lifetime. Now, normally the sentence would be just a little higher, a little more probation time, perhaps a little more community service, a little intensive, but they still go to the probation officer once a month, report to them only once a month. And but this program is a whole lot more comprehensive and intensive, and it makes them accountable, and it keeps the pressure on them to make them to do what they need to do, their community service, their classes, or whatever it is they have to do.
Okay. Give us an idea of how many DUIs come through this court in a year's time.
Well, there's 78 a month is what the average is monthly. It depends on what's going on. There'll be an increase sometime depending on what functions are happening here in the county. Like the raceway, sometimes traditionally you have additional DUIs, but it averages 78 a month.
Okay. And you just handle the unincorporated county. The cities mostly have their own jurisdictional processes for DUIs, correct?
Oh yeah, that's exactly right. All the cities have their own court systems and have contemporary jurisdiction with us.
Okay. Now, of course, there was a grant that came through, and you can tell us about that a little bit, and how long that is applicable for, and then maybe what the plan is beyond that.
Well, this grant system is really unusual, because what happens is you make a grant, apply for a grant, and if it's given to you and you're awarded it, it usually lasts for a year. Our grant is for a year. It was $79,000 through the Office of the Courts, State of Georgia grant, and we're excited about it, but it's just for a year. While $79,000 seems to be a lot of money, it's not really when you come to running a court, hiring employees and that kind of thing. But it will last for a year, and then after that we'll be looking for other grants and other sources of revenue.
That was State Court Judge Ernest Blunt, who will be heading up the DUI court program, which, as he said, will be in effect under the current grant of $79,000 for 1 year, and hopefully will continue after that, depending on where the funding comes from. This has been done a couple of other places in Georgia in the last decade, but not very many. So Henry County is one of the first counties to do it, but it has proven successful in other places where it has been done. For SCB News, I'm Monroe Roark.